Guyana Online Academy of Learning. We'd love to give you a start. 20,000 scholarships we're offering, so you can do your part. We provide the platform, all you do is choose. You can use the comfort of your living room. The programs are completely online for you. Let's build a nation. Yeah, Guyana Online Academy of Learning. We've got a nation's future at heart.
This is the news on top of the hour.
Live from our studio in Georgetown.
Kaieteur Radio, 99.1 FM.
Good evening and welcome to this evening's newscast on Kaieteur Radio. I am Kevin Smith. Let's get to the news in detail. Days after scoring big in with another successful oil discovery at the Uaru 1, that should be the Uaru 2 well in the Stabroek Block, ExxonMobil Guyana is moving ahead with plans to drill another well, the Whiptail, during the course of a month. The intention to go ahead with the planned drilling activity for the new well was confirmed this past week, when the U.S. oil major held its earnings call for the second quarter. Chief Operating Officer Greg Hill, in giving the announcement, detailed that the Standard Current drill ship has also commenced exploration drilling at the Kobe 1 well, and that the exploration well at the Whiptail is planned to be spud in May. He said, too, that the company plans further exploration and appraisal activities for the second half of 2021, with a total of 12 wells to be drilled. Meanwhile, Transparency International Guyana Incorporated, or TIGI, is lamenting the refusal on the part of the government and oil operator ExxonMobil to provide basic information on the local oil operations. TIGI has since publicly expressed its disappointment at the stakeholders' failure to provide the requested information in light of the fact that the oil operator would have directed further requests to the government of Guyana. Lamenting the state of affairs, the TIGI Secretary, Alfred Boulay, said that after taking the trouble to invite the group, when questions were asked, Mr. Routledge said EEPGL is providing the government with all the information. And now let's tell you, a 20-year-old man is currently nursing 3 bullet wounds after he reportedly tried to enter a businessman's home last Sunday. According to a police report, 33-year-old Sheldon Baharali, a businessman of Settlement, Northwest District, Region 1, had seen the man trying to enter his home shortly after midnight. Baharali, a legal firearm holder, said that he discharged several rounds in the suspect's direction. The suspect managed to escape, but was picked up by police today after information surfaced that he was involved in the attempted home invasion. According to police, when they arrived at the suspect's Barima River home, he had 3 gunshot wounds to his arm, back, and abdomen. He is in a stable condition and is under police guard at the Mabaruma Regional Hospital as investigations continue. And moving on, President of the Guyana Press Association, Nazima Ragopir, who was recently named President of the Association of Caribbean Media Works, or ACM, has stated that public officials have been using the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic to avoid media scrutiny. She revealed that there is a lack of access to public officials by the media. She also noted that it is an issue journalists are facing in several territories, since many organizations in their respective country have lamented that the pandemic is being used by these officials to reduce their interaction with the press. This, she said, is of concern to the ACM. According to Ragubir, even though these public officials are capitalizing on the pandemic to avoid scrutiny, she is encouraging journalists to not let it hamper their accessibility. And moving on. 1 week after Vice President Dr. Bharat Jagdeo lamented that the advertisements were already 3 weeks late, the Ministry of Natural Resources has commenced the process of looking to employ at least 4 specialists as part of its Gas to Shore working group. The personnel currently being sought by the ministry include a gas power commercial negotiator and a critical structure value engineer. Additionally, the ministry has advertised for the provision of consulting services in the area of procurement, process review, namely oil field services and equipment. The ministry is also looking to secure consultancies for the provision of petroleum data management. And now let's tell you, 3 days after shooting his 20-year-old companion Sean Dover in the face, then burying her in a shallow grave in the backyard of his Kansas City Linden home, Shaquan Allen was busy posting numerous heartfelt messages on Facebook, urging citizens to assist him in finding the love of his life. He even went as far as to offer a reward to anyone who could provide him with information about her whereabouts. The new findings have brought an end to assumptions that the young woman, who was missing for 27 days, was perhaps abducted by another lover. That rumor was fueled in particular by Allen, mere days after his girlfriend was killed. And to wrap things up, as the nation braces itself to observe another month of rising COVID-19 cases, April officially went down as the deadliest month thus far with the virus. In spite of this, the government has not tightened the existing guidelines set to protect citizens. April alone saw a total of 65 deaths, surpassing October 2020, which had 46 deaths and was previously regarded as the deadliest month since the start of the pandemic last March. April also saw a daily average of 2 fatalities and a high influx of infections. In fact, the highest number of daily infections was also recorded in April. On April 23rd, the Health Ministry had reported that Ghana recorded 214 new infections.
And that's the news of the moment. Remember to get the full details of these stories,